Inside Out was a great movie. I don't know if it warrants a sequel, but I told April, like, I don't know if I want to see a sequel to that movie because you know how the islands of their personality or whatever, I guess. You know, when she was a kid, they were kind of basic stuff, you know, the Friendship Island and this island and Hockey Island and everything like that. She's a teenager now. Hormones.
Oh, no.
She's going to become sexually active. Riley's going to find out she loves blowjobs. She loves giving blowjobs. And now she's going to have Blowjob Island. Okay? She's going to find out she likes butt stuff. And she's going to have Anal Sex Island, dude.
It's just going to be a fucking tower. Just an island with towers of dicks.
Yeah.
And little fucking...
Yeah.
Fucking starfish everywhere.
I mean, if you wanted to be a realistic teenager, you know, I mean, come on now.
Chokes, you know, gag balls, you know.
Well, let's not go too far, but
let's not go too far with the Disney Pixar Inside Out 2.
Or, you know, who's to say she's hetero? I mean,
she could be a lesbian.
Yeah. I mean,
Scissor Island. Strap on Island.
Oh my God. All right. Yeah. Let's move on.
Blackout and shout. Ow!
Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Blackout and Shout podcast with your host, Mike Kincaid.
Can I tell you that Baby Yoda just annoys the shit out of me?
Because you haven't watched The Mandalorian.
Oh, look at Baby Yoda, so cute.
Levy Curry.
Some people do all sorts of crazy stuff, like dinosaur romance novels. Those are really a thing. Taken by the T-Rex. A billionaire dinosaur forced me, ravaged by the raptors.
I wonder if there's audiobooks of them.
And Jed Vargo. He was always like well known for wearing the Nazi outfit on.
Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo.
Didn't he have the...
No. And he did not dress up as a Nazi either. So sit back. Mike, are you... Listen to me. Relax. Say, transform and roll out. And enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to the 154th episode of the Blackout and Shout podcast. I am your host this evening, Mr. Levy Curry. Unfortunately, Jed and Mike will not be joining us tonight. They are in the midst of preparations for RetroCon. So tonight I have with me Mr. SLB vlog himself, Mr. Josh Lawrence. Say hello, Josh.
I have not been called that in a very long time.
What, Josh?
No, SLB vlog. Yeah, usually people don't call me Josh. They usually call me asshole or boss or assistant boss.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. You definitely weren't a dickhead every now and then. So
no, I'm an asshole. More of a dick, less of a dickhead.
So how you doing tonight, Josh?
Oh, it has been quite an interesting past 2 months, Mr. Levy Curry. Yes.
Well, thanks for jumping on short notice. I appreciate it. So otherwise we wouldn't have an episode today. So
thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Long-time listeners, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, I lost count, caller.
Yeah. So 2 months. Yeah, tell me about your last 2 months.
Oh, Jesus, man. Where do I fucking start? Holy shit. Well, let's start at the beginning. So me and my wife, we took a nice little vacation beginning of August. And the deal is that when we come back, you know, we had to put Moose down back in April. Yeah. Which is sad. Miss him dearly. Miss that guy. Yeah. But the deal was...
No, just for everyone's clarification, Moose was your dog.
Yes, Moose was my Black Lab Great Dane 14-year-old dog.
Wow. That's actually pretty old for a dog of that size. Yeah,
his hips were starting to go.
Yeah.
He was still walking around and everything, but it was actually his larynx that hit him in. You know, he was having problems breathing and everything. Mm-hmm. But the deal me and my wife made was that we're going to go on vacation and we're going to go out of town, and when we come back, we'll start looking for another dog. So we went on vacation, took a nice long weekend in Indiana, Michigan area.
Mm-hmm.
When we came back, started looking for another dog, and lo and behold, we got a new dog on Labor Day. Actually, her name is Bria Michelle. She is a 3-month-old yellow lab / mountain cur or shepherd mix.
Okay.
She is adorable. She is gorgeous. She is annoying as fuck because she's in that I'm gonna chew everything phase.
Yeah.
You know what that's like, because with Macy.
With all of the animals in this house.
Yes.
Including myself. I went through the chewing phase.
Yes. Some may say you're actually still going through that phase.
Yeah.
How your nails doing.
You never get out of it, really. I mean,
no.
You just be sitting there and all of a sudden you look at that table legs. That looks delicious.
Yes.
So.
It helps if you, it doesn't help though if you're a messy eater and accidentally spill, on the table.
Yeah.
But she is amazing, my dog. Rhea is named after a professional wrestler.
Rhea Ripley.
Yes, you are familiar with Rhea Ripley.
I am familiar with Rhea Ripley. I'm not I'm an Attitude Era man, but I am not ignorant of current wrestlers somewhat. So I may not know everyone in the current roster, but I know some names. So
to put it to the listeners, Rhea Ripley is one of those female wrestlers who's built not like your typical women. She's very muscular and tall, and she unlocked a very new kink, let's say, for me. So that's not saying I'm going to try to sleep with my dog. But
ew. Wow, this show suddenly took a really weird turn, and it only took 5 minutes. That's got to be some kind of record, right?
Remember that meme I posted in the chat? Like, I came, I saw, I made it awkward.
Yeah,
that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah.
But no, like we picked her up, and me and my wife are driving to PetSmart, and we're trying to think of a name, and me and my wife are watching wrestling, and we watch wrestling, and I'm like,
so your wife digs wrestling too?
I got her back into it. It's hilarious. Oh, okay. It's a funny story. Our bed frame broke, not because of the reasons you think, but because of shoddy.
So you know what? That's exactly what you should be saying. I mean, it is for the reasons you think.
No, it's not. No. I'm married, man. I ain't doing that shit no more. So this is like years ago. Like, our bed broke, so we had to. Well, first we were sleeping on the couch, but then why don't we take the mattress and move it into the family room so we can sleep comfortably? So I would watch wrestling in the bedroom while she would watch whatever she wanted in the family room, but nothing to sit on in the bedroom. So I'm like, hey, do you mind if I watch wrestling out here? And lo and behold, she started watching it with me and everything, and I've created a monster.
So you bring out the mattress out into the living room and you create an impromptu wrestling ring, and then you give her a stunner.
Oh, no, it wasn't a stunner, man. I was always a big fan of the ECW days. So it was kendo stick to the top of the head.
I gotcha.
Garbage can. I put her through a couple tables. She bounced back really quickly, though. Yeah. So fast forward, trying to think of a name of a dog. I'm like, how about Rhea? She's like, I can dig it. Okay. She originally, how did you come up with a name for Macy?
Maisie? April picked it. April picked it. I think she picked it for Maisie Williams, the woman that played Arya Stark. Okay. Because all of our cats are named after Game of Thrones characters. But I told April I don't want Game of Thrones names for our dogs. So I think this is her compromise. So
it's a clever loophole, I would say.
Yeah. So
if we're not going to name her after a character, we'll name her after one of the actors.
Yeah. So I wanted to name her Remy.
Okay.
Because Remy Lacroix.
Ah. I literally have no idea who that is.
She's a porn star.
Oh.
Because I named Lexi after a porn star.
Did you really?
Yeah, Lexi Bell.
Did April know?
Not at first. Not for many years.
Oh
Not
my
for
god,
many
that's
years.
hilarious.
So,
So every time you say, hang on, so every time you said, Lexi, come, Lexi,
yeah,
come.
yeah. No, I never said those words to my dog. That's weird. Yeah, and Maya, April named her, so I didn't get to choose a porn name for her. But yeah, I wanted to name her Remy. And then when she didn't like Remy, then I thought, well, what was the other one? There's another porn star I wanted to name her after, and I can't remember her name now. So, but yeah, so she shot those down because I think she suspected where the names were coming from.
She looked at your browser history, probably, right?
No, I clear my browser history. Shit.
Smart man.
Not that I'm ashamed of it. I just, I don't want to like have a heart attack while I'm, sitting there looking at some like my freaky shit. So, I don't mind if people know that I watch porn. I watch porn a lot. I like to watch a comical amount of porn. Okay. I just don't want people seeing, like, I don't want to have like a moment where like I'm getting down to like some of my freaky shit that I'm into, and which no one will ever know what that is. And then like have a heart attack, right? And like April comes walking in and finds me dead on the floor or in the chair, with my pants around my ankles. She's like, she sees me, she's like, oh my god, and then she looks at the screen, she's like, oh my god, so. Stole that from Chris Hardwick. Yeah. I can't take credit for that. But
it's still a funny joke.
Yeah. So where was I going with this? Fuck. I'm not even fucking high, man.
I know. I was really like when you asked me to be on the show, I'm like, oh my god, is Levy gonna eat a brownie? Am I gonna have like just a great night of just listening to Levy like forget what he was gonna say halfway through his set?
I think it's a good thing I didn't, because Jed kind of sprung it on me that I was gonna be freaking on my own tonight, like 20 minutes before we started, or 20 minutes before we were supposed to start. So so where was I going with this whole porn thing?
Naming your dog after porn star.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that's the general gist of it, I guess.
Okay.
This show's a freaking mess.
This is going to be the most improv show ever. This is going to be just thinking of things we can talk about back and forth for like at least an hour and a half.
That may be vaguely toy or pop culture related.
Yes.
All right, so you got a dog. Anything else in your haul?
Oh, you want to go to the hall straight away?
Well, I thought that's what we were doing.
How are you doing? We're still on
me. I'm okay. We actually had Mike's bachelor party last weekend.
Oh, do tell. Paint me a word picture.
It wasn't anything special. I mean, we just went out to dinner and went to a strip club. And it was really unorthodox because Vanessa was with us.
That's awkward.
Mike, Mike, when I called Mike up a while back, because Mike asked me to be his best man. All right. And so I called him up a while back and asked him what he wanted to do about the bachelor party. And he's like, honestly, I hadn't even been thinking about that. I didn't even think that we were going to do one. I'm like, well, you got to have a bachelor party, man. Mm-hmm. So we just decided we were going to go out to dinner and go to the strip club. Didn't need to do anything special, everything. So we called a couple of our local mates.
Nate's calling me back. Hold on.
Oh, is it? Maybe you can hop on here.
Yo,
what you doing, buddy?
Just finished dinner in this weird ass pizza place in
so he's not home.
Hobunk, Pennsylvania.
Oh, so you're not even home, huh?
No, I'm nowhere near home.
Oh, you're in town. He's in town for the RetroCon, isn't he?
You're in town for RetroCon, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Oh.
You're not going to RetroCon?
I am not going to RetroCon.
Oh, well, you're kind of live on Blackout and Shout right now because I got you on speakerphone with the phone up to my microphone.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, I can't. Well, I can make it. I've got a wedding to shoot tomorrow.
Oh.
So that's why I'm here. I just wanted, and I have to be there at 8 a.m. So I didn't want to get up at 4 and drive from Jersey.
Gotcha.
No, I'm going to miss RetroCon. I hope everybody has a good time. And if anybody wants to pick me up a hand and foot pack from the Mythic Legions booth, I will be happy to give you $20 American.
Well, the two people you're talking to right now aren't going.
Levy can't hear you right now, Nate, because
I can't hear him.
He can't hear you.
Oh, he can't hear me
because my headphones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway,
all right, Nate.
I don't know if this is the best entertainment for the folks at home.
No, it's not. So
it's far better than what we've been getting so far. So yeah, please keep talking.
Have fun at RetroCon, all you peoples. Josh, I'm sorry I can't see you in Chicago. I will see you in the chat.
I'll see you in the chat, buddy.
Peace.
This is where you go, Jed. You want to edit that out?
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Okay, we'll do it live.
So
Mike's bachelor party.
Yeah. So we I invited Nate, Jed, Jared. Jared's wife also came. We all went out to dinner.
Hold on. So you went to a bachelor party, which is typically a bunch of guys.
Mm-hmm.
But it is now the year of our Lord and Savior 2022.
Yeah. Like I said, it was very unorthodox because Vanessa and Jared's wife came out with us. So really it was just to celebrate, Mike and Vanessa, that sort of thing. So so they didn't pay for nothing that night, we footed the bill. Yeah. So we went out to a local Japanese hibachi place. It was really, really good. After that, we just went to the local strip club, Platinum Plus, out here in Allentown.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. Kyle joined us. He brought a lady friend. So and then we hung out there for a while. Mike got nice and drunk.
Oh, nice.
And then I took him and Vanessa home. Nate rode with us, and he crashed at their place and went home in the morning, as far as I know. So, all in all, it was a fun night. It was a real fun night.
Did I ever tell you about my crappy ass bachelor party?
No.
The one where I almost uninvited the best man.
Oh, really?
So.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's hear this.
So my bachelor party, to give you some background on it, my best man, I was his best man. That was the agreement. He was my best friend.
Okay.
So for his bachelor party, I took out a $2,500 loan. I got him a limo, SUV limo. I drove his ass. I paid for everything for him.
Yeah.
Okay. As the best man, you should make sure that the groom is as comfortable as possible and is having a good time. Yeah. She did. So now let's fast forward to my bachelor party. We go go-karting.
Yeah.
The plan was to go go-karting and then grill some burgers and then go to a strip club.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, one of my friends I invited to the bachelor party is a professional chef. He's actually been on Food Network. Okay, so he is a chef.
That's some yeah. Okay.
So we go go-karting and we're driving around. All of a sudden I see someone throw up like the X signal with their hands. My best man and the chef got into a little fender bender to where the best man's go-kart landed on top of him.
Jesus.
On the chef.
What?
Not too bad, but he did have to go to the hospital to get stitches.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. So then I'm like, all right, let's just go back to your place and grill some burgers. And I'm like, here's the caveat, man. Do not let your wife there because she is a raging bitch. I cannot stand her. I was totally against his wedding, too. I'm like, don't marry her. Don't marry her. She's a bitch. She's a bitch. Don't do it. Little did I know, he doesn't listen to me. So we get to his place to start grilling. And who shows up? His fucking wife saying, oh, don't forget to put tinfoil down on the grill. Who the fuck puts tinfoil down on a grill?
I don't know.
whatever.
So was the Food Network chef with you guys at this point, or did he like call it quits?
He went to the hospital to get stitches.
Right. No, but like after the stitches, like did he come? Like, did you guys hang out at the hospital while he was getting the stitches, or?
No.
Oh, so you guys just abandoned him there?
No, he drove himself to the hospital.
Oh, okay. So suffice it to say, his night was done.
Yes, his night was. This was like late afternoon, also.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're like, all right, fine, and I start getting like this headache while we're, eating.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and someone throws like this beer in front of me. I'm like, dude, I don't feel like drinking it right now. I got a bit of a headache. I'm trying to get rid of it. No, drink, you little bitch. I'm like, fuck off, dude. Go away.
Okay.
So the strip clubs I took him to are like in my area. It's Polecats, and what's the really fancy one that they have in like New York? Everything.
I don't know. I'm not a strip club connoisseur. I mean, if the place has nice looking women and they're taking their clothes off for money, then I'm all right with it.
They were wearing evening gowns.
Okay.
That's the kind of strip club we went to. They were wearing evening gowns.
Okay.
But again, his bachelor party, I was, feeding him beer. I paid for all of his dances, all this shit.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward to mine again. And we go to like this coal miner's daughter fucking strip club in like this industrial parking lot out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Really?
Yes. And I'm just like, oh, and we get to the strip club and I walk up and the bouncer's looking at me. I'm like, dude, I'm the groom, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And the night's going on. I'm like barely drinking. I got a couple lap dances and I get this one lap. The last lap dance I got. Yeah. The stripper was like, she kept like, egging me on to like do more dances. I'm like, fine, I'm fucking paying, whatever. The best man has the bill. Yeah. And then the last song is like, it was like 3 songs. And then she's like, all right, that'll be, I don't remember how much it was. And I'm like, I'm the fucking groom. I don't have money. And she's like, well, someone's got to pay me. And I just went, are you fucking serious? To her face. I literally said, are you fucking kidding me? And she's like, what? I'm like, I have no money on me. Like, I got a credit card. It's like, well, take the card. I'm like, oh my God. So I got into the best man's face and I'm like, I'm fucking leaving. Oh, by the way, no limo to my bachelor party. Everybody drove themselves. I'm like, I'm fucking going outside, dude. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, dude, I just had to pay for a fucking lap dance. And me and him, I just screamed at him in the parking lot. Yeah. And this was like 2 weeks before the wedding, and I'm like biting my tongue not to invite him, uninvite him, but I'm like, I'll just see you at the wedding. And that was the last time I talked to him until the wedding. Yeah. No apology, no nothing. He stayed in the strip club. He bought himself some more dances and all this shit. I'm like, oh, fuck yourself.
Huh. So after the wedding, did you talk to him again after that, or?
Oh, yeah, we talked after the wedding, and then a year after the wedding, we had a huge falling out, and now we are no longer speaking.
Oh, okay.
And that was 8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
7-8 years ago.
Well, that sucks.
We'll text each other, like, happy birthday and everything like that, but that's pretty much it. Like, it's like one of those, like, almost dead to me kind of things. Yeah. That sucks, dude. It is what it is. So, what's next, Levy?
Well, Halls. Besides the puppy, what'd you get?
So you want me to go through my Michael Kincaid size haul? My Christmas Day haul?
Yeah,
where do I start? So before,
I mean, you don't have to go through everything you got, in like the last 2 months.
I got like there was a
notable stuff.
A comic book convention that happened in Chicago like a couple months ago, and I got some graded comics back from CGC. I got some graded Magic cards from CGC.
Okay, cool.
I'm not a Magic player, but one of my favorite current comic book artists drew some Magic cards. Okay, and I got him to sign them, and I got them graded, which was cool. Right. Cool. Nice little quick turnaround too. It was 2 weeks for the Magic cards and about a month for the comics, which for CGC is great because during the pandemic they were like holding off for a year to get your stuff back to you.
That sucks.
Yeah, well, like during the pandemic, like everybody just like got bored and went to their attics and like, oh, what's this comic? Oh, this might be worth something. Let's get it graded.
No. So they just had a huge influx of business.
Exactly. Good for them, but terrible for everybody else that's still waiting.
Yeah.
Like a year and a half for their stuff to come back.
And they're probably trying to get like X-Men number 363 or whatever number they're up to, some mundane, worthless comic. They want to get it graded because they think it's worth something.
Yeah, because like the things I tell people at the comic book store is like number ones. Those aren't the key issues you want to get graded. You need first appearances, you need deaths, milestone issues, stuff like that.
Number one issues, that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, not really number ones because they always print so many number one issues. Like
not modern ones, but I mean, like if you have like like older number one issues and shit, stuff that's notable and worth something.
Like newsstand edition older comics, you want to get those graded because newsstands are more valuable than direct editions.
Yeah,
because they printed less of the newsstand editions. They did the direct editions.
Yeah.
What else did I get, man? Shit. Oh, excuse me. I got Super 7, Bengali, and Vulture Man.
Okay.
It's quite surprising the limited articulation on Bengali. His elbows barely do a 90 degree.
All right.
What else did I get? Oh, I got 3 G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Bats and Alley Vipers. I got Transformers wise. I got Legacy Motormaster.
Okay.
They finally replaced that god awful Combiner Wars Motormaster.
Yeah.
Generations.
But he's compatible with the other Combiner Wars limbs, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I have him, but I haven't really done much with it.
I never got the Combiner Wars Stunticons, so I mean, I got a ton of other Combiner Wars. I can, what do they call it? What was it called back in the 80s?
What's that?
There's the swapping of the limbs.
Scramble City.
Thank you, Scramble City.
Yeah.
I also got a couple Generation Select Seacons. I don't remember what their names are, but they finally came back for purchase at the Chosen Prime, so I got those. I got some SH Figuarts figures. I got Falcon and the Winter Soldier Falcon, pre the Captain America suit. I also got Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. I got Deadpool from the Deadpool movie, not the comic book.
Okay.
Third-party Transformers wise, the only thing I really got was King Toys King Lion and the Little Wolf.
Okay.
That's pretty much been my haul for like the past 2 months. I'm saving up for TFCon, so I got a bunch of Hasbro stuff in my stash at the Chosen Prime, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Avi, did you get anything?
I did not. I have nothing since the last episode for 2 weeks. I did get G.I. Joe Classified Storm Shadow in my stash.
Yeah. Same here. Did you also get Crocmaster?
No, I did not.
What about Spirit?
No. I stopped collecting the G.I. Joe stuff. I just wanted the Storm Shadow.
Oh, okay.
What else did I get? Yeah, I don't think I got anything else noteworthy in my waiting in my stash. So, but yeah, no, I haven't received anything. I bought some new model paints.
How is the Gundam stuff going?
It's slow. It's slowly. I'm taking my time with it. I'm not, I haven't been working on it every day like I wanted to, but I got a lot of other stuff going on. I'm actually doing 2 to 3 D&D games a week now. And doing other stuff. I had the bachelor party last weekend, and so but I'm hoping to maybe tomorrow work on it some more. So I'm in the process of painting So I got the first coat on all my stuff, so I need to, work on getting the, second and maybe even a third coat on there. So, and
are you doing like panel lining, or are you doing like full on?
Well, my plan is to actually do cell shading.
Oh,
so right now I'm just doing the solid color base coats.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna do the highlight and shaded colors.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do the black shading and panel lines. So well actually, after I do the color shading and highlights, then I'm gonna do a gloss clear coat, because when you panel line, you want to have a gloss clear coat down, because the panel lining goes on better on clear coat, or on gloss clear coat. And then I'll do the black shading and the panel lines. And then after I'm done with all that, then I want to put a dull or a flat gloss coat, or a flat clear coat on after that. So
how long is the drying time between each one?
I usually just will paint a coat on the thing, and then I'll just let it go, and whenever I get back to it. So
so you don't have like a specific like.
I mean, it's acrylic, so it does dry pretty quick. I use a paint retarder because if you don't like, the acrylic dries really quick. I'm using Tamiya acrylics, and without the retarder in it dries really quick.
Sounds terrible. It just sounds. I gotta come up with another name for that.
So I put I'll just put like a drop or two of paint retarder in there, and it keeps it from drying. And then I add a little extra thinner in there, because you want to, when you're hand painting, you definitely want the paint to be thinner. And when you're I guess when you're doing any kind of painting, you want to thin it up a bit. Because otherwise, when you put the paint on, it gets thick and clumpy, and you see your brush strokes in it and shit, especially with acrylic, because it doesn't have the time to level out like enamel or lacquer does.
Okay.
With my Gunpla sets, my whole plan is to just paint them all up with cell shading, make them look real nice. So. And then I also have some car kits that I want to work on too. So,
what kind of cars?
69 or 70 Chevelle.
Oh,
the Chevelle SS 454. 69 Charger. Yeah, I think it's the 70 Chevelle 69 Charger. Oh. Then I got a 67 Shelby GT.
69 Charger. That's like my dream car.
Yeah, I love that car. It wasn't until after I bought the kit though, because the 69 Charger is made by a company called MPC, because they're major model makers, like Revell. What's the other one? Fuck, I can't remember now.
I used to do that with my dad when I was younger. Like, we would go to like a model store and we'd get model cars.
Yeah,
I remember I did DeLorean. Back to the Future.
Yeah.
With like working, the tires would flip underneath, so you can have it flying in it with the stand and everything. Yeah. And I don't remember if it was a snap kit or it was a glue kit. But, man, I used to love doing that. I think that's what kind of got me into Legos. Yeah. So the major manufacturers like Revell, AMT, and whatnot. But the company that made this 69 Charger kit is called MPC. And I bought the kit because the Hobby Lobby up near me was running a 40% off sale on plastic model kits. So that's why I bought the Chevelle. I bought a couple of Gundam kits up there, and I bought the 69 Charger. And so I got home and decided to see if I can find some YouTube videos about this particular 69 Charger kit. And the people that were making the video said, "Yeah, this kit is not a good kit for beginners because it's not great. It's got some fit and finish problems. They said that like the bumpers don't fit right out of the box. You're gonna have to do some modification to get the bumpers to fit on the body properly and whatnot. And then they said there was other things. They said like some of the details are the sculpted details aren't as sharp because I guess like it's maybe like an older mold, and so you're getting that mold degradation.
and stuff. So they said it's not a great kit. And if I knew that, I probably would have tried to see if there was a like a Revell or AMT 69 Charger kit that I could have gotten there, but I got this one, so I'll probably do that one later. The first kit I want to do is probably going to be that Chevelle, so that's from AMT.
Are these car kits? Do they come like pre-colored, or you're going to color those too?
No. They're you have to paint those. So,
so you can pretty much like customize your own paint scheme.
Yeah. The Chevelle I'm probably going to do like a metallic blue with white stripes and black interior. But like I got sanding sticks and sandpaper. Varying grits. Like I got grits of up to like I think 12,000 grit sandpaper and sanding sticks. And I got Tamiya polishing compound, so I can give it a real nice mirror finish when I'm done with it. So
here's a crazy idea. I'm gonna throw it at you.
Okay.
Catch it if you want. Throw it back if you don't like it.
Okay.
I have to look something up really quickly, though, but I'm going to try to... Hang on. I just got to find... Well, you're a huge fan of the Stunticons, correct?
Of course.
Did it ever cross your mind to go look for a model kit of, say, Wild Riders car mode?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and then do the same thing for, like, Dead End and Breakdown.
The hardest one to find will probably be Motormaster and Dragstrip.
Yes.
Because I don't know too many IndyCar model kits of that particular race car because it's so unique because it's got the double front wheels. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to find one. Once I get more experience with it, maybe I might be able to mod something together. But and then I don't know if they actually made a model kit of that particular semi truck that Motormaster is. It's like a Kenworth of some sort.
Now, it's not... I just Googled really quickly, IndyCar model kit. The first one that came up, or not the first one, but one of the ones that came up is a Lara IndyCar number 28. It's an Andretti Autosport road course configuration, whatever, IndyCar series. It looks like a modern drag strip. Okay. See if I can copy this image and put it in the chat for you. Hopefully this will work. That's the freaking link for the... let's put the link in the chat. You can just tell me what you think of it.
Where are we at here? Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's close. It doesn't have the two front wheels, but you can customize it to, all yellow, get rid of the DHL stuff.
Yeah, I could maybe do something with it. It doesn't necessarily need to be their original G1 forms, as long as they match up. It's like, you got Breakdown as a Lamborghini of some sort, and Dead End as a Dead End. I could probably find a Porsche 928. Wild Rider, yeah, as long as he's some sort of Ferrari. Though I'm sure I could probably find a kit for that particular model Ferrari. So trying to figure out what.
Yeah, I think Motormaster would be probably the most difficult one to find a model kit for. I mean, if you can find some kind of flat nose, truck, 18-wheeler.
Kenworth K100 Aerodyne. Let me see if I can find a.
Who was that? Drag strip or?
No, it's Motormaster Kenworth K100 Aerodyne. A sleeper truck model kit.
While you're doing that, let me ask you. You've got.
Hold on a second.
Legacy.
Okay. No, it's not a model kit. That is a. Oh no, here we go. eBay 1/25th scale Revell Kenworth K100 Aerodyne. They want 185 Canadian dollars.
Oh, Canadian?
Yeah, 137 US. Yeah. So that's the thing. This is probably not a kit that's in production anymore.
That's probably why.
Revell Aerodyne. Yeah, it's probably not in production anymore. So I'd probably end up paying an arm and a leg for it. So I don't know.
Speaking of Stunticons, you picked up Legacy Motormaster, right? You gonna get that DNA upgrade kit?
I think we talked about it before. The toy itself isn't a turd, but
No.
I feel like getting an upgrade for it is kind of polishing a turd.
I see your point.
You know, I don't like, because the upgrade kit is pretty expensive. It was like, wasn't it
60?
like $60 or $70 or some shit?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to spend $70 on an upgrade kit on a Hasbro mainline toy.
I'm debating.
I don't even want to spend money on upgrade kits to begin with anymore. You know?
Yeah. I fucked around with one upgrade kit and I was not a fan of it. It was the Dreamwave Transform, Dreamstar Transform upgrade kit for the Combiner Wars. That wasn't Combiner Wars. It was Power of the Primes Abominus.
Okay.
And it was just the feet didn't stay right. The hands were too small.
Yeah.
Thigh fillers didn't fit right. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's your model kit.
Yeah.
Did you find one for Motormaster?
Well, like I said, I found that one, but it's expensive because it's not in production anymore. So that's the only one that I could find. So, but I could probably find a suitable alternative. I'll have to look. I would have to look, but that's for later down the road. So, plus, I'd also have to find an actual trailer, because usually the semi model kits only just come with the cab section, and you have to buy like a separate trailer. So, it shouldn't be too hard, but
no. I was gonna say, like, do you really wait? No, it's Motormaster. You kind of need the trailer.
Yeah, you need the trailer.
Like, you can get away with that with Optimus if you're to do like a model kit for an Optimus, but
no, I don't like tractor trailers without the trailer.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand looking at them. They look naked.
One way to look at it, but okay.
A truck without a trailer it's not complete to me. I don't like seeing just this cab section of a truck. It's got to have the trailer. So I'm weird.
Okay, so we're taking that logic. What about a convertible, a soft top, or even a hard top, like something you can take off? Like,
no,
that's not a complete car.
No, that's it. Look, I don't have to explain myself to you. All right. I don't need to rationalize my choices.
You just take your weird kinks and fetishes, Levy, and just keep them to yourself.
That's right. Yep. So, all right. You want to move on to trailers? Because we don't have any. Jed's not here, so we don't have any celebrity deaths or nerd news.
We can talk about D23 stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Talk about that after the trailers.
No, we'll talk about that now. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So
that was actually 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Right.
It was last time you guys recorded.
Mm-hmm.
It was happening. Like September 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yeah. So like the Marvel stuff got announced like the next day, like on Saturday, right?
I think a bunch of everything pretty much got dropped on Saturday. Like not just Marvel, but Star Wars, Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah.
Pixar stuff. I mean, it was a whole bunch of stuff. Which I literally had it up and then I lost it. Hold on. Okay. Marvel stuff. So were you a fan of Percy Jackson?
I know nothing about the character.
Okay. It was another young adult story. Mm-hmm. It dealt with Greek gods. They came out with 2 movies years ago. Percy Jackson and Lightning Thief.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing which I enjoyed. I saw them and I liked them. I thought they were pretty cool. Well, not really cool. I thought they were pretty decent, I should say. They're actually doing a TV series now based off the books.
I think I heard that somewhere.
Yeah. Star Wars, they released the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Oh, dude. Oh, Mandalorian Season 3, it's going to be epic. It was pretty much like a lot of, if I remember correctly, it was scenes from like the first 2 seasons and new stuff added. Like, I think it's going to go in the way of Bo-Katan trying to get the Darksaber from the Mandalorian and all that stuff. But from the trailer, it looks fucking awesome.
Okay.
There's a Star Wars Anthology Tales trailer that was shown. Did you see that?
What is it? Star Wars Anthology?
Yeah, it's a little like an animated in the same animation style as like Clone Wars and Bad Batch, but it's Count Dooku training to be a Jedi, baby Ahsoka, and Mace Windu.
Oh, okay.
And that's what the anthology series is going to be. It's going to be about those three.
Oh. No Asajj Ventress?
Who?
Asajj Ventress.
No idea who that is.
She's the white-skinned, bald-headed chick with the two. She was like Dooku's student. She had
when he was a Sith?
Yeah, when he was a Sith.
This is Count Dooku when he was a Jedi.
Oh.
Prior to him being a Sith.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
That's just all I gathered from the trailer. I mean, I don't know much about Star Wars stuff. But let's see. Non-Marvel stuff. Willow had a new trailer, which was really good.
I saw that, yeah.
That looks really good. I thought I heard something about Christian Slater's going to be in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw they got Joanne Whalley back.
Who's that?
Joanne Whalley. She was the woman from the first movie.
I watched Willow once.
She played she played the love interest of Mad Mardigan.
Oh, okay.
And her and Val Kilmer actually ended up getting married in real life for a while.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. She used to be known as Joanne Whalley Kilmer, but then they divorced, and as Hollywood couples are wont to do.
Let's see, what else do we have? Indiana Jones 5 got some footage. Did you watch it?
I did not, but I heard about it.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting to see Harrison Ford.
He's
on the
80
ship again.
He's 80. I don't understand how he's going to be doing an adventure film at the age of 80.
Oh, God, what was it? I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about this, and what I hope, but not really hope, but what I think would be really cool is the first, 5 minutes of Indiana Jones 5, you get a montage of Henry Jones Jr. From the end of, what was the third movie?
Last Crusade?
Last Crusade, from the Last Crusade up until, let's say, the 80s. So you got a 40-year gap. Okay. And it's just a montage of Indiana Jones just finding stuff, getting awards throughout the decades. And they use the de-aging software.
Okay.
To make him look younger and then older, and then we have 80-year-old Henry Jones Jr. In this movie. Okay. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. He shouldn't be doing action adventure films anymore. This should be called Indiana Jones regarding Henry Jones Jr. And it should just be him living in a retirement home, just relaxing. Because that's what an 80-year-old should be doing. He shouldn't be gallivanting around the globe.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Crystal Bedpan.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. I'll reserve judgment. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I fear for Harrison Ford's health if he's running around gallivanting around the globe at the age of 80.
Wasn't it when he was filming Force Awakens? Didn't he break his leg or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Or his ankle or something? I don't remember.
Man, he needs to drink more green milk like Luke.
Yeah, blue milk.
Well, it was green milk on that world that he was at, right? In the sequel series.
Was it green?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was green.
Oh, that's gross. It's probably all vegan stuff.
Speaking of vegan, I saw a really funny meme today. It's this old man. It's just a picture of this really old man, and the caption says, 103-year-old vegan says it wasn't worth it. And then there's another caption under, and I can't remember what that says, but that shit was pretty funny.
Oh, sorry, brother Kyle, but it's fucking hilarious. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. So going back to D23, Marvel stuff. Trailer for Secret Invasion. Did you watch it?
I did. I don't remember it though.
You don't remember?
I remember it's like Nick Fury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably didn't read Secret Invasion, the comic event in Marvel, did you?
No.
Okay. Your Cliff Notes version is the Skrulls have infiltrated Earth posing as superheroes. So in the comic book, it turns out that Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman was actually a Skrull, Skrull Queen, who has infiltrated Earth and replaced superheroes like Beast, Mockingbird, Luke Cage, with Skrulls. And then the Skrulls invade Earth, and while the infiltrated Skrulls are actually gathering DNA from the superheroes that were already on planet Earth and sending it back to the Skrulls, like their planet or their spaceship or whatever, and they were creating new Super Skrulls.
Okay, I know that. I remember that.
Not just with like the Fantastic Four powers, but they had like X-Men powers, you know.
Yeah, I remember seeing something like that. Like there was one that had like Colossus and Wolverine and Cyclops and Jean Grey powers or some shit.
Yes.
And there was another one that had other X-Men powers, and there was ones that had Avengers powers, and so.
So for the TV series, they're taking the infiltrating, Skrulls, and turning that into like this weird conspiracy theory, sci-fi thriller. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. No, but the thing is though, like they already presented the MCU Skrulls as good guys.
Not all of them.
Okay. So like this is a different faction of Skrulls. And
that's what I'm thinking.
What was his name? The Skrull that ended up becoming like friends with Nick Fury and shit, and I guess he was disguising himself as Nick Fury.
Hang on, I can find that out for you.
He was played by that dude that played director Krennic. Can't remember his name.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn. That's it. I like him. He's a really good actor.
Talos.
Yeah, Talos.
That was the Skrull name. Talos.
Yeah. So he's still friends with Nick Fury in this, I think. At least I think I saw him talking to him in this trailer or whatever.
Yeah, it would seem like based off the trailer that he is the one that kind of a good Skrull that's trying to help Nick Fury figure out what's going on like this. What kind of not sci-fi thriller, but like espionage, not espionage.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
It doesn't have a horror feel to it.
Okay.
Like it's like a suspense thriller.
Okay.
I guess you want to call it like that.
Okay.
No?
Okay, yeah, no, I can buy that.
Okay.
It's kind of like a mix between like a suspense thriller and like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, because you don't know who's a Skrull, who's not. It becomes like a whole paranoid conspiracy thing. So yeah, no, okay, oh yeah, I can dig that.
Okay.
From what I saw of the trailer, it looked cool.
It does. I mean, I'm super stoked for it. What else did they announce? They showed footage of the Marvels, which whatever. But they announced that the villain for Captain America: New World Order
is Hulk Hogan,
brother.
Hollywood Hogan.
What you gonna do, brother? Is gonna be Sam Stern, the leader.
Yeah, I heard that.
Which is a great payoff.
And they're bringing back whatever that actor's name is. They're bringing him back for it. Which I'm not a big fan of that dude, but if
the
it
actor
works,
or
it works.
the character he's playing.
The actor.
Why would you got against him? Yep.
Nothing. I don't like the way he. I just didn't like him in the Incredible Hulk. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was also that was still Universal Studios.
Yeah, I know.
This is going to be Disney Marvel, which, they kind of bring out. Look at Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and No Way Home. Like, Andrew Garfield got a complete character.
Overhaul?
Overall. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Overhaul. While still staying true to the Sony stuff, but he got, like, his validation. So, maybe that's what they're going to do with this actor and this character, is give him some validation because of the whole thing with Universal Studios. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just my 2 cents. And last thing, I mean, they, Daredevil Born Again we know about, Echo we know about,
Yeah.
Ironheart we know about, but they announced, quote unquote, the lineup, if you will, for the Thunderbolts movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, from the people I've talked to at the comic book store about it, they're for it and against it.
Okay.
They're for it because, you're getting Bucky, you're getting Elena, a Red Guardian, Ghost. Who else was in that? Jesus.
I thought she was cured at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp. Wasn't she?
She was.
Okay.
But, who's to say she still doesn't?
Or maybe she's just able to control her power now?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So basically, they're taking like a whole bunch of villains they had from their non-Avengers films. Well, no, actually, no, not even, because okay. So they're basically taking a bunch of villains from past films and bringing them together.
All villains. I mean, Bucky. Well,
Bucky. Go ahead and tell me he wasn't a villain.
He did kill. U.S. agent. Kurt Russell's kid.
Yep.
And the Taskmaster, which.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be the one from the Black Widow movie.
Yep.
Which pissed everybody off.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Whatever. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either. I just wish they would have used a different character than Taskmaster because, they used Mr. Mortal and She-Hulk, for crying out loud.
He was pretty funny. He
was, dude. He was the Great Lakes Avengers, and all that stuff. But I mean, I just wish they would have used somebody else besides Taskmaster because he's a very popular Marvel character.
Yeah. And
it just didn't they used it just for the sake of using it. It didn't really.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't. The character wasn't utilized well, I don't think.
Yeah.
But as far as the gender bending goes, I don't have a problem with that. I don't care.
I don't care either. But it was just the name is what really. Well, what's in the name? But
yeah.
I mean, they also announced a bunch of Pixar stuff at D23, but.
Well, no, wait, hold on. Let's go back to the Thunderbolts thing. There was an omission that people were really upset about, but then they later confirmed that he will be in the movie, which is Baron Zemo, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember them saying, like, I think it was Baron Zemo that they were talking about, where they were upset that he wasn't included in the group shot, wasn't mentioned. Or maybe it was someone else. I can't remember who else. Or maybe it was someone else. I can't remember. Yeah. There was somebody. I'm pretty sure it was Baron Zemo, but I could be wrong.
I mean, for all we know, he could be the villain for the movie, which, you know anything about the Thunderbolts, fuck yeah. You can't really do it without Baron Zemo.
Maybe that's it then. Maybe it is Baron Zemo. But also, people were upset there's no Red Hulk. And it's like, well, they haven't established a Red Hulk yet. So maybe he will show up. But, I mean, it's going to be kind of difficult because the actor who played him, or played General Ross, he's kind of dead.
Yeah, that kind of.
I mean, so they would have to recast, or just, I mean, I don't know, figure something else out. So
I don't know where you stand, but I'm okay with recasting.
I'm okay with recasting.
I think they should have recasted Black Panther.
Absolutely.
And just fucking recast them. I mean.
Yeah, I like my problem with the recasting, or with the refusal to recast T'Challa, was I really don't think that Chadwick Boseman would have wanted T'Challa's story to end with him.
Right, and it's not so
much. Everyone's saying no, don't recast because we need to honor Chadwick Boseman. It's like, I think we would honor Chadwick Boseman more by continuing his work, by continuing what he started. And bring someone new into the fold as that character, and continue to bring the character of T'Challa, the Black Panther, to more people. But now, no, then he's gone now, and we're not gonna for the time being, we're not going to see more T'Challa Black Panther. I mean, and I think it's cool that the mantel's going to get passed to Shuri because that did happen in the comics.
Yes.
But I still think we should have recast T'Challa. I think that should have been. I think the possibility should not have been wiped off the table as quickly as it was. So,
like, for all we know, like, they could. Wakanda Forever comes out, and they're just kind of like, all right, we need to bring Black Panther back for whatever reason, and fine, But I hope they just don't kill off T'Challa.
Well, I'm pretty sure that from the tone of the trailers that I've seen, it's looking at like T'Challa's dead somehow. Or somehow or another, T'Challa's dead. It's probably going to be a death that happens off screen. Either that, or they're going to do some sort of CGI of him in costume, where you don't actually see Chadwick Boseman's face. Whatever, and you see, T'Challa die, or maybe they just have it that he got cancer and died.
Well, because the fruit that he ate kind of granted him not immortality, but better immune system. But whatever. Yeah.
Well, then I think that would be a good. I mean, if that's the case, I think that would be a good opportunity to show that even though Wakanda is probably the most advanced nation on Earth, and their vibranium gives them access to such incredible technology, but even they are powerless in the face of such a daunting disease, I
see what you're saying.
So I don't know. These are just the thoughts that are going through my head right now. So
only time will tell.
Yeah. So, but, anything else? You said, what,
there's like Pixar stuff. Like they're doing
Pixar.
Inside Out 2.
Okay. Inside Out was a great movie. I don't know if it warrants a sequel, but yeah, that movie was fucking great.
It was, man. It was, bing bong, man.
I told April, like, I don't know if I want to see a sequel to that movie because, you know how the islands of their personality or whatever, I guess. When she was a kid, they were kind of basic stuff, the Friendship Island and this island and Hockey Island and everything like that. She's a teenager now. Hormones.
Oh, no.
She's going to become sexually active.
She's going to fucking do that.
Riley's going to find out she loves blowjobs. She loves giving blowjobs. And now she's going to have Blowjob Island. Okay? She's going to find out she likes butt stuff. And she's going to have Anal Sex Island, dude.
It's just going to be a fucking tower. Just an island with towers of dicks.
Yeah.
Little fucking...
Yeah.
Fucking starfish everywhere.
I mean, if you wanted to be a realistic teenager, come on now.
And chokes, gag balls,
Well, let's not go too far, but
let's not go too far with the Disney Pixar Inside Out 2 of the girl going through puberty.
Blowjob Island.
Blowjob Island.
Welcome to Oral Island. Yeah. So no, I don't know if I want to see that sequel, man.
Oh God, I just had a terrible thought. Like, what if they make her? It's like going to come out like 2023, 2024, or whenever. But like, all the stuff going on with non-binary, they, them stuff.
Yeah. Or who's to say she's hetero? I mean,
she could be a lesbian.
Yeah. I mean,
Scissor Island. Strap on Island.
Oh my God. All right. Yeah. Let's move on. Please.
Let's move on
before we go down this fucking rabbit hole.
Yes. She experiences the washing machine for the first time.
I'm gonna have to freaking convince Jed to name this episode Blowjob Island.
Or Scissor Island.
I'm just gonna have to convince him to do that when he's editing this.
Yes. Sorry in advance, Jed, but not really. Hope you had fun at RetroCon.
All right, so is that it for the D23 stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Joking.
All right. So we looked at 3 trailers, right?
Yeah.
Oops, where am I at? BNS trailers. There we are. Hellraiser, the new Hellraiser reboot.
Yeah.
What do you think?
One thing really intrigued me.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be. I'm not familiar with Hellraiser at all. I've watched like maybe one of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
How many were there originally?
I don't know, 4, maybe 5. I think the last one took place in space.
Oh God, one of those.
Yeah, one of those. It took place like far in the future in space.
Mm-hmm. So the one thing that I don't know if you caught it, you probably did, but Pinhead
is a woman.
No. The voice.
Yeah.
That little goosebumps. The minute I heard that voice, I'm like, ooh, whoa.
It sounded a lot more masculine than what I was expecting.
More robotic than masculine.
Yeah.
Like very like not monotone, but like almost monotone.
Yeah.
But like this graveliness to it, to where it sounded just like robotic almost. Mm-hmm. And it just sent chills down my spine. Like, ooh, wow, okay. What do you think of it?
I had the weirdest boner watching that movie.
Of course you fucking did, because you're a weird pervert.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, you're
honestly, I couldn't see a lot because it was very dark. Like lighting wise, the trailer was very dark.
Fucking movie's called Hellraiser. I mean,
I know, but like it was like I was watching the Battle of Winterfell again. Like I couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
So it was hard to make things out, but it still looks cool. You know, maybe I'll turn the brightness up on my TV when I watch it. I like the new Pinhead. I think she's cool.
I think what are they called?
Cenobites.
Cenobites. They all look like the ones that you saw. Really fucking disturbing and creepy.
Oh, I love the Cenobites. They're so fucking cool looking. You ever watched the Venture Brothers? No.
Yes, I did watch the Venture Brothers, but I didn't get really far into it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this isn't one of the later seasons, but Dr. Orpheus, he's kind of like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
He's the neighbor of he's Dr. Venture's neighbor and everything. So he had I guess he was hosting a little get together with some of his more mystical friends and everything. And at one point, looked like they were trying to his ex-wife's new boyfriend or husband was they had just come back from a commercial, right? And they were in the middle of this thing where he was trying to solve this puzzle box. And apparently they had summoned this Cenobite, and he has this toaster over his face where his eyes would be. Okay. And he's like saying things like, "Submit to my toast, my pleasure toast." And like this slice of flesh, veiny flesh comes out of the toaster where his eyes are, because it looks like Cyclops' visor, right? Except it's like got the double slit because it's a toaster. And like when he says, "Submit to my toast, my pleasure toast," and this veiny, fleshy slab of flesh oozes out of the toaster on his face and just like splats on the ground. And it was just absolutely hilarious. And then the guys in the background, he's like held up by like all these hooks and chains and shit, and he's like trying to solve the puzzle box. Oh, got it! And he's like solving like a Rubik's Cube and shit. So got it! And everything just disappears and everything. It was funny.
I just googled a picture of it. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the pleasure toast.
Pleasure toast. And the guy working on the Rubik's Cube is like skinned alive.
Yeah. Like he was missing his skin and everything. And it's like he was like totally like nonplussed by that fact. You know, he had like no skin, but he's still freaking solving the cube and everything. And it was funny. Ugh. You should totally watch that show. The Venture Brothers is one of the greatest animated series of all time.
I watched the show. I just didn't get too far into it. Yeah.
No, I mean, you should watch it all the way through. The show's fucking fantastic.
Oh, is Hellraiser is this a series or is this a movie?
It's a movie on Hulu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll have time to watch it.
Yeah. So the next trailer I posted here is for The Midnight Club on Netflix.
Yeah. What is this about?
This is a new series by Mike Flanagan, the guy who did Haunting a Hill House, Bly Manor, and Midnight Mass.
Oh, okay.
All right. So apparently these young kids are put into this hospice care because they all have terminal diseases and stuff. And so for fun, at midnight, they all gather in a room in this hospice place and tell scary stories to each other and shit, right? And if I remember from the synopsis, I think they said that they make a pact about like if one of them dies, there's something or other. But then when one of them does die, then spooky things start happening and everything like that. So it looks cool. And I'll watch it simply based on the fact that it's Mike Flanagan because I love his stuff.
Yeah,
so,
see, this is not my wheelhouse. This is not my cup of tea.
You didn't watch Haunting a Hill House and Bly Manor and shit? No?
I'm not a big horror guy.
Oh, really? Yeah, you should watch the Haunting a Hill House. Okay, first off, all right, Haunting a Hill House is probably the greatest horror series ever, bar none.
Okay.
You know, the greatest horror story horror television series ever, because it wasn't just about the horror; it was a story about family and family trauma, and the story was just so fucking good, and the end, like, emotionally destroys you. It just leaves you emotionally shredded. It's so fucking good.
Which one was that?
The Haunting of Hill House.
I think my wife watched that, but yeah. Oh, I'll try to pencil it in somewhere because
definitely. You know, Halloween's coming up, man. Fucking give it a shot. You know.
Okay.
So.
I've really dressed up for Halloween as a kid either. But yeah. All right. Whatever you say, Levy. As you wish.
I'm serious. Give it a shot. Just watch the first 3 episodes if you can. Okay. The 3rd episode is one of my favorite episodes of the series. Try and watch the first 3 episodes and see what you think.
Okay.
The second episode is probably my least favorite of the series. So that's why I say watch to the 3rd. Because I personally don't really care for the second episode. It's the one I want to rewatch the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely give it a shot. Try and watch the first 3 episodes. I think you'll like it.
Were those 3 series you listed, the Haunting a Hill House, and what were the other ones?
Haunting a Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, and Midnight Mass.
Is it like a shared universe kind of thing?
No, they're all they're all anthology series. So like each one's a different self-contained story each season. And Midnight Mass is not even really related because like the Haunting of Hill House and the Haunting of Bly Manor, I guess they kind of like Haunting of Bly Manor kind of, I guess, tried to piggyback off the name recognition of the Haunting of Hill House, right? But then Midnight Mass kind of broke away from that naming convention. Because the Haunting of Hill House is based on a book called The Haunting, or is it The Haunting of Hill House? Something like that. Because they've made lots of adaptations of that story over the years. Like in the 90s, they did The Haunting, starring Liam Neeson, Captain Zeta-Jones, Owen Wilson, and whatnot. It was pretty shitty. But then the second, or The Haunting of Bly Manor, is actually based on a short novel called The Turning of the Screw, which has also seen numerous adaptations, including a recent movie called The Turning, starring the kid from Stranger Things, the one that plays Mike.
Oh, I was about to say you can't just say the kid from Stranger Things because there's like 20 of them in there.
No, he plays Mike. I can't remember his name now.
Wolfgang?
Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard. Okay.
Yeah. So
Wolfgang. What the fuck did I get Wolfgang?
Yeah, I don't know. You were close though. But yeah, so that movie was okay too. But yeah, so those were based on previous novels. Midnight Mass was actually, I believe it was Mike Flanagan's own original work, his own original story.
Okay.
I don't think that was based on anything. It was inspired by certain stories, but I don't want to say anything because I don't want to give away any spoilers for you if you decide you want to watch it. But there's definitely Stephen King influences in that one. A lot of Stephen King influences.
Oh, you may have sold me on that.
And now this Midnight Club, I don't know too much about it. In fact, I didn't even know it existed until the other day. But that's coming out, I think, October 9th.
It had a very
or is it October 7th? Sometimes in early October.
The trailer is a little misleading.
Okay.
Because you think that it's going to be about, this girl going through her problem, her cancer, and everything like that. But then it takes it like, the Midnight Club thing, and it's like psychological horror kind of thing. So I don't know. If I get around to watching Haunting a Hill House, and then I
definitely recommend watching that. If you watch any Mike Flanagan work, definitely watch the Haunting a Hill House first.
It's like we were saying earlier, man. There's just way too much on right now. There's just way too much.
Yeah, I know. But if you can make the time, definitely make the time for Haunting a Hill House. It's so good.
Okay.
So, all right. So, so I'll definitely be tuning into this, the Midnight Club. Definitely interested in seeing what that's going to be all about. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Mike Flanagan's stuff, so I'm definitely in for that. So last trailer, Cyberpunk Edgerunners. So this is the anime spinoff. It's a canon side story to the Cyberpunk 2077 video game. So following its successful launch in December 2020, Cyberpunk 2077 I can't even finish that with a straight face because that launch was just so horrendous.
But it turned around.
Oh, it turned around a lot. It turned. I mean, the game's fantastic now. They still got some work to do on it. They're actually releasing new DLC early next year called Phantom Liberty. And so they're going to rework the police system. And there's rumors that they're going to be adding a new game plus and other stuff. But the game is in a pretty good state right now. So, and in fact, after this Cyberpunk Edgerunners anime series launched on Netflix, that drove a lot of players to either return or pick up the game for the first time. And so, like on Steam, like the player numbers have shot up through the roof. So like they said, it's like up 500, 600, 800% or more, So I heard rumors, if I recall correctly, I read somewhere like numbers of like 1 million concurrent players.
Holy shit. Yeah.
So I don't know how true that is. Take that with a grain of salt, but I think I remember reading that somewhere, though that seems like a lot, but yeah, so I watched the first few episodes of the Cyberpunk Edgerunners. It's really good, really fucking good. So if you like anime and you're into like cyberpunk type settings and shit, fucking watch this shit. It's fucking good.
I got very I watched the trailer, and I got remember the anime Fooly Cooly.
I've heard of it, never watched it. Just
weird, out of this world kind of. ADHD anime. Okay, that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
There's a story in Fooly Cooly, but I can't tell you what it is because I was just blown away by what the fuck is going on right now because there's this girl with a bass guitar smashing the monster. I don't fucking know. Anyways, that's the kind of vibe I got from this trailer. And then I'm sitting there watching the trailer, and I did I really just wait? Who's having a threesome? Wait, what? You saw that in the trailer, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like what? Wait, what the fuck's? And the ending of the trailer is just how many explosions can we have, and how many decapitations and blowing people up can we have?
It's very violent and very gory. Yes. But that threesome scene was actually in the world of Cyberpunk. They have this thing called a brain dance, which is kind of like maybe the next evolution or the inevitable evolution of VR. Where they're able to take actual people's memories and encode them into a virtual reality experience, and you can experience other people's and it's not just like you get their auditory and visual experience. You get everything, their emotions and feelings, sense of touch, everything you get to experience from their point of view. And so, and they have brain dances for all kinds of things. Like there are people that like to get off on brain dances of people dying. And
God, where's this Black Mirror episode?
And so, obviously there's the whole sexual aspect of it, where people, do the whole brain dance porn thing or whatever. But yeah, so that's what that was. That was somebody doing a brain dance. But that was for what I remember, that scene was just like a real quick snippet. You don't really see too much of that. So
that's a giant bummer.
So, but like I think I watched like the first 4 episodes, and so far I'm loving the show. It's fantastic. So, and the episodes are all like your typical length, like 25 minutes or so, and so it's really digestible. You can just watch an episode or two.
Dubbed or subbed?
Both. You can choose to have Japanese language or English language with appropriate subtitles.
Which one are you doing? English,
because Night City is an American city. The Night City is the name of the city where it takes place, but it takes place obviously in 2077. Right. And the United States government is kind of in a shambles or whatever, and it's the political landscape is kind of weird, but everything's really more controlled by corporations than actual government. But so the setting takes place in America, so I'm listening. I have it set to English language.
Okay. So. Who would have thought the American political situation would person?
Yeah. So like basically the government is now corporations and whatnot. So
yeah.
But yeah, there's like the setting is like really cool. The lore, like the cyberpunk lore, is actually like really fascinating and whatnot. So I mean that's something that the game got right, and it's all based on a tabletop RPG by Mike Pondsmith called Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, I remember that. My wife, she didn't play it. I think one of her brothers did back in the day, like in the live action, like role playing game, right?
Well, it's not necessarily live action. It was a tabletop RPG, like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
I mean, some people probably have done live action shit with it too, but it at its core, it's a tabletop RPG, with dice and pen and paper and shit.
Oh, okay.
So
that's what I was thinking of. I don't know. Crazy kids, they're damn rock and roll. I don't fucking know.
But yeah, I mean, Mike Pondsmith created a fascinating world. So I've done a lot of reading up on the lore and history of that world. And it's basically kind of like shares the same history as the United States or as our world rather. But there's like a point of divergence that happens. I think like maybe in the 1990s or something like that, where it just kind of branches off and into its own history and timeline and shit. So,
are you keeping up with the comic books, the Cyberpunk comic books at all?
No.
I just know there's like a few series based off of that.
Okay, might want to get into that.
God, who's publishing it? It's not Dark Horse. Is it Dark Horse? It may be Dark Horse.
I think actually, now that I think about it, I think it might be Dark Horse.
Yeah. Sounds like a very Dark Horse kind of thing that they would publish.
I always liked Dark Horse. I was there in the beginning for Dark Horse back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I think my first Dark Horse comic I read was their Aliens vs. Predator miniseries.
Oh, God, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it is. With Machiko Noguchi.
Bless you.
And, so Cyberpunk comic.
So we move on to what we've watched?
It is Dark Horse Comics. So,
it is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, is there anything that you're watching right now?
You watching She-Hulk at all?
I am watching She-Hulk.
Are you enjoying it as much as I am?
I am enjoying it. I found the last 2 episodes to be kind of fillerish.
I mean, literally, are you completely caught up? Like you watched the wedding episode?
Yeah.
She literally says it's a filler episode.
Well, she says it's a wedding episode.
Which is a filler episode.
Which I take to be a filler episode. Yeah, I get it.
So it's I hate the people that are bashing it and everything like that. Like woke culture. Like But before it even debuted, and people are like, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch a fucking show about a woman, being like a strong female woman, the turning, woke culture." And I'm sitting there like, "Have you fucking heard of Ally McBeal?" Like, really, it's the same fucking thing, except for Ally McBeal didn't turn into a giant green monster.
That would have been a much better show if she did.
It would have. It would have been.
I never actually sat down and watched it, but it did look interesting, especially like with the different like the way she imagined things happening and stuff like that.
And
so that stuff seemed kind of humorous, but I never really sat down and watched it.
But the whole thing with She-Hulk is like the John Byrne era, like even in the 80s when she first debuted and everything, she was a single female lawyer who couldn't get her love life intact. She broke the fourth wall and she slept with practically every Avenger.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. She slept with Iron Man, she slept with Hawkeye, she slept with Jack of Hearts. I mean, she slept with everybody. But
well, good for her.
Oh yeah, totally. Like, Hulk.
Get your freak on, girl. Yeah, honestly, I stopped caring about what other people are saying about shit. If I enjoy it, I'm going to sit down and watch it. These people bitching online, let them bitch, because you can't stop them, first off. And it's just it just drains your energy. Just reading these people's comments and shit. It's like, why even bother? You can't do nothing about it. People are gonna bitch. Let them bitch. Just if you enjoy it, enjoy it. And they say, let people enjoy things. Well, they shouldn't be able to stop you from enjoying something.
Right.
What someone says about something on the internet should not stop you from enjoying it. So
I've actually gone back and rewatched the episodes. I'm enjoying it that much. Like, it's awesome. Funny.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
Even when she breaks the fourth wall, like, it's entertaining. It's enjoyable. CGI is kind of,
I think it's all right. I mean, there's sometimes when like she has like a facial expression that looked kind of weird.
Yeah. What is it? I have a comic book artist friend, the one that's done like missions for me and everything like that, of like my sister, my mom, my niece.
Yeah.
No, not my mom, but like, and she's local and everything like that. And she made a joke like on Facebook, and I guess she, like, the one complaint she has is like, boobs move, people.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, oh yeah. So it's like sitting there rewatching. She looked like, yeah, look at that. Her boobs don't move. Tell me more of this, Serena. Enlighten me about how boobs move, please.
Jiggle physics.
Jiggle physics.
Jiggle physics. Yeah, I mean, if Dead or Alive, the fighting game, can have jiggle physics down for 20 years, I think She-Hulk can do it.
Yeah. This is Disney you're talking about. Come on, Disney, get on the fucking top of shit.
Hell, even Street Fighter V had jiggle physics.
Oh my god, did it have jiggle physics? Oh. Can you imagine if Mortal Kombat had jiggle physics? Oh my god, what if like Grand Theft Auto had jiggle physics? Ugh. But yes, no, I'm enjoying the fuck out of She-Hulk immensely.
Oh, good.
What else have I watched? I saw Clerks 3, which probably one of Kevin Smith's best movies.
Yeah.
I would put it in top 5. I definitely put it in the top 10. I think he's only done like 10 movies, but no, I would put it at number 5.
There you go, jiggle physics.
Where am I looking here?
In the chat.
There's like 20 of chats, Levy.
The on-air alternate chat.
On-air alternate chat. Yeah. Jiggle physics, yes.
Yeah. Good old Chun-Li.
But see, if you're gonna use Chun-Li, you're gonna use it on the butt, not the boobs. You got a nice badonk. Nice thunder thighs too.
So Clerks 3.
Yes, Clerks 3. I'm gonna have to hang on. I gotta move the chat so I don't sit there and stare at Chun-Li's moving boobs every time. If you get the opportunity, go see Clerks. If you're a fan of Kevin Smith, go see Clerks 3. It is I don't want to say a swan song, but the Clerks franchise, I should say, it's a swan song. Like, it's a good ending to the trilogy.
Yeah.
A friend of mine at work pointed something out to me. I'm not going to say it because it'll spoil it, but I went, "Oh God, you're right." Like some of the acting was kind of
Okay.
but hilarious cameos. Some ones you expect, some ones you don't expect. Really throws you off guard. But no, if you get the opportunity, I would highly recommend you see Clerks 3 without going too spoilery for you.
Yeah, I heard lots of great things about it. I heard that like this is like his best movie since Clerks 2. So
I liked Red State.
Was that before or after Clerks 2?
It was after Clerks 2. He was kind of taking a break from the Viewers universe and going on to like a more serious approach.
Okay.
Like before Yoga Hosers, before Tusk, there was Red State with Jonathan Goodman. And it was right around the God, what was that? A crazy cult family that protested everything. The Westboro Baptist Church, remember them?
Okay, yep.
It was like him making fun of them, essentially.
Okay.
But it was about this lived-in community of a bunch of like very overly religious people, and the police show up. Well, actually, it starts out with these 3 kids going on like Craigslist to look for a hooker, and they get trapped and kidnapped by this cult, essentially.
Yeah.
Group leader, who's played by Michael Parks brilliantly. And then the cops show up. The FBI actually shows up, and the head of the FBI is played by Jonathan Goodman. And there's a gunfight.
I never heard of this movie.
Oh, Red State, you gotta watch it, man. It is not your typical Kevin Smith movie. There's like jokes at the beginning, but the rest of it takes a very serious approach and a very serious turn, and you're like, oh my God. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I saw that. I saw Clerks 3. I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Have you watched that?
I have. It's a great movie.
What do you think of it?
Oh, it's a great movie. I love it. I thought it was an interesting take on the whole multiverse angle that we've been seeing a lot of lately. So, and you know, like you said before when we were talking about it, you said that the way it started out, you thought it was just going to be a movie about this unlikely hero who has to try and save the multiverse, but in reality, it turns out it's just a movie about family.
Yeah, it is literally just a movie about trying to connect with your daughter.
Yeah, or just your children in general, you know. And,
oh yeah,
and well, not just your children, but your spouse, you know, your father. You know, such a great movie. It's really good. So,
what did you think of the universe where they have hot dogs for fingers?
That shit was fucking hilarious. That shit was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Running the fingers in each other's mouths and like, where did the ketchup and mustard come from? Where did it come from? Like, did it ooze out of their fingers? Like, I don't understand that.
Like, I was watching this and like, it's taking such a serious approach to all these different universes, and all of a sudden, like, and before we go into it, Jamie Lee Curtis, a fucking treasure, an American treasure.
Yeah, she's great.
For even doing this movie, like, this was unexpected. I didn't know she was in it, honestly. Yeah. I saw her, I'm like, oh my God, she's amazing in it.
Yep. And she's got so much range because, like, you know, one moment she's playing a psychotic professional wrestler. The next minute she's playing a loving woman with sausages for fingers.
Like, seriously, like, and then she starts playing the piano with her feet. I'm like, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah. And, and when I'm just going to say one word, Rakakuni.
Oh my God.
That shit was so fucking funny. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but yeah, Rakakuni was so funny.
No, just go watch the movie if you have it. Oh my God, that just picturing it in my head now. Like, it's making me laugh. Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it too. I thought it was great.
It may be difficult for a lot of people to wrap their brain around, you know, especially with you know the way the main antagonist is and what they're capable of doing. You know, that sort of thing. You know, it may be difficult to wrap your brain around at first, but I think the movie does a good job of explaining that sort of stuff as it goes.
when in doubt, it all comes down to the everything bagel.
Yeah, everything bagel.
Do you watch on YouTube? Do you ever watch Binging with Babish?
On occasion.
So he actually did an everything bagel.
He changed his channel name to the Babish Culinary Universe, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But he recently did a video where he made an everything bagel, and he made it with like every single spice he could find.
I saw the thumbnail for that. I didn't actually tune in to watch it.
Oh, it's pretty funny. He makes a giant everything bagel. It's pretty funny. That's all I've watched. Have you watched anything?
Well, like I said, I started watching the Cyberpunk anime. It's fantastic. Definitely recommend that.
Oh, did you start Andor yet?
I did not.
Oh, I watched the first episode.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
What'd you think of it? Was it slow, boring? Because somebody I was talking to today said they thought it was really slow and they weren't sure if they were going to continue with it.
It is slow. I mean, I only watched the first episode. I didn't get too far into it, and I really don't know. Like, I loved Rogue One. I thought it was a great movie.
I
really didn't think we needed a prequel to that with Andor. Honestly,
yeah.
Really? Okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. I'll finish watching. Go ahead.
Do you think K2SO is going to show up?
I couldn't tell you. Those droids were originally, if I remember correctly, they were originally belonged to the Empire.
Yeah, they're Imperial droids.
Imperial, yeah. So,
but he said he captured them and reprogrammed them at some point. So,
for all we know, this could be that beginning, and who knows how long between the end of Andor and Rogue One happens.
Yeah, I don't remember if they stated in Rogue One how long K2SO had been hanging around with Andor.
Yeah,
but
he's got this droid in the show too, which they show briefly, and it's just like, oh, great, another droid that everybody's gonna go goo goo gaga over. But no, actually, he's just like, droid is kind of a dick. Yeah, so that was kind of interesting. But no, I haven't really. I don't want to say it's boring because, again, I just watched the first episode. I mean, it's a lot to take in, establishing the world, establishing the characters and everything. So I'll give it a shot.
I've been continuing on with campaign 1 of Critical Role. I'm up to episode 60 now.
On the YouTube?
Actually on Pandora.
Oh, on Pandora?
Yeah, I listen to it at work when I'm driving. So...
how long are those?
Like 3 hours, 4 hours, an episode. Yeah, it's a typical D&D session. Yeah, so yeah. Episode 60 is their first live episode that they did in front of a live audience.
Oh, how did that go?
It's been fun so far. That's the episode where they went to the Feywild and ended up at Singorn, which is an elven city. And is actually the place where the two of the main characters, Vex and Vax, their father lives in Singorn. He's a very prominent Elvish ambassador who lives there. They're half elves, and I guess they're half elf bastard children born to a human mother. And I guess they lived in Singorn for some time, and then while they were living there, their mother was killed by a dragon, and when they returned, they found out, and that's when Vexalia decided to learn what she could about dragons. And so, since she's a ranger, dragons are her favorite enemy. So, but so the city of Singorn is able to travel between the prime material plane and the Feywild, because the Feywild is like a completely different plane of existence. And
did they announce the second season to the Amazon show?
Well, he said it was greenlit for a second season.
Okay.
No detail. I don't know of any details of it. But it definitely looks like they're going right into the Chroma Conclave arc for the second season.
Okay.
So, the Chroma Conclave is this group of dragons. It's a loose alliance of chromatic dragons, each of a different color, which the blue dragon from the first 2 episodes of the series was a member of, and they killed him. And so now the 4 remaining dragons at the end of season 1, you saw them flying towards Amon. Yeah. So that kicks off the Chroma Conclave arc. Okay. So
something to look forward to.
Yep. So that's actually where I'm at on the campaign 1 right now, episode 60. They're trying to find certain magical items to help them fight the dragons, called the Vestiges of Divergence. So they're very, very powerful artifacts that become more powerful as they're used. So like basically they're weapons that can level up, or not weapons, but like magical items that can level up. So they have 3 stages. So yeah, and they have to find a bunch of them to try and use to take on these dragons. So because they're all like ancient dragons, they're like the most powerful dragons that you can face. So
okay.
Yep. So it's been slow going because, like I said, the episodes themselves are like 3-4 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Standard Blackout and Shout episode time.
Well, not so much anymore. I think our episodes have come down in length. So, but yeah. So all right. You want to move on to weird news?
This is you're the host. You be my guest.
All right. So weird news. So my first story comes from Gizmodo.com. Beyond Meat's COO allegedly bit a guy's nose at the worst possible time. So the plant-based food company's stock is plummeting, and meanwhile, one of its top executives has seemingly developed a taste for human flesh. Yeah. So apparently the chief operating officer, Doug Ramsey, has been suspended from the company after being arrested for allegedly biting a man's nose in a brawl.
Oh, my God.
Yep. So, which is just funny because, it's Beyond Meat. Is a vegetarian or vegan meat substitute, I guess. I don't know if it's vegan friendly, but. So Ramsey reportedly got into a dispute while driving outside a college football game in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And according to the police report, the Beyond exec was upset when another car tried to merge into his lane. Police reports claim that Ramsey exited his car, punched through the back windshield of the offending car. Then when the other driver exited their vehicle, Ramsey punched them multiple times. And finally, the report alleges that Ramsey also bit the other person's nose, ripping flesh, according to a report from the Associated Press.
Oh, my God. It's like road rage gone bad.
Yep. He's been charged with felony battery and making a terroristic threat, and he was released Sunday on $11,085 bond.
Say $11,000?
Yep, $11,000.
Yeah, I have no words. That's just insane.
Yeah.
Like, just control your anger, people. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, I just find it funny that an executive of a meat substitute company is biting people's faces.
No, that doesn't surprise me because those guys are closeted like fucking
cannibals.
Yeah. Like they just like no. We don't want to eat the animals. Here, try this Beyond burger. It's made with plants. Hey, by the way, you make sure that ground beef is good from the guy I just bit. Like seriously, just fucking weirdos. I swear to God.
All right, so for my second story, this comes from NPR.org. The FDI asks that people please don't cook your chicken in NyQuil. Yeah, so apparently cooking chicken in NyQuil cold medicine has become some sort of TikTok challenge.
Oh, God, it sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it does. The FDA has warned against doing this because NyQuil contains acetaminophen, dextromethorphan, and doxylamine, or similar over-the-counter cough and cold medications. Boiling a medication can make it much more concentrated and change its properties in other ways. Even if you don't eat the chicken, inhaling the medication's vapors while cooking could cause high levels of the drugs to enter your body. It could also hurt your lungs.
I was gonna try to make a joke about actually using NyQuil to marinate turkey, This turkey actually puts you to sleep.
Um,
No, that's just fucked up, man.
Yeah, so TikTok has already slapped a warning on the challenge known as hashtag Sleepy Chicken. When searching for related videos on TikTok, users are greeted with a message saying some online challenges can be dangerous, disturbing, or even fabricated. Learn how to recognize harmful challenges so you can protect your health and well-being. So,
Freaking idiots.
yeah, NyQuil chicken was supposed to be a joke. All those hashtag Sleepy Chicken has recently taken off on TikTok. The image of NyQuil soaked chicken has been floating around the internet for years. In 2017, Twitter user Tristan Depew tweeted out an image of chicken and NyQuil. The tweet was a joke, and there was not an intention to eat the chicken or asking others to do the same. Depew told NPR. I have seen it on TikTok, which is a bit more concerning because the audience of my original tweet, which I do think started it all, is notably older. There is something to be said about the concern that the children over on TikTok might not treat this with as much caution. Well, you know what? I look at it as natural selection.
Just fucking idiots. Like, why?
Yeah.
What?
Like,
Just.
I'm for the whole idea of just getting rid of warning labels altogether because honestly, I think they've weakened humanity. They've weakened our gene pool because we coddle the weak and stupid.
Yes.
It's
Oh God, yes.
Take warning labels off of things, and we'll thin the herd. Hand out a few more Darwin awards, and strengthen the gene pool by eliminating those that are easily dissuaded from their self-preservation instinct. So
could not agree more.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that is dumb enough to jump into a polar bear enclosure and to try and pet the polar bears should probably just let her do it. Because I just recently saw that story pop up again because I guess that was something that happened a couple years ago. This woman jumped into a polar bear enclosure at a zoo and tried to pet the polar bears, and she was mauled. Unfortunately, she was able to get away, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I suppose.
You literally beat me by 2 seconds. Unfortunately, she got away.
Yeah. So, yeah, if your self-preservation instinct is that far gone that you think it's a good idea to put yourself in an enclosure with dangerous predators, have at it. If you think it's a good idea to take sleeping or not sleeping medication, but like cold medication and soaking your food in it, have at it. Go by all means. I'm not going to take you to the hospital though, because you're not going to learn anything if I help you. So, yeah.
Literally, we never did anything this stupid when we were young. I mean, we did stupid shit.
Come on, man.
We did stupid shit.
Everyone does stupid shit, but
not nearly as dumb as this shit.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, like my sister when she was a kid ate a whole box of X-Lax. Back when X-Lax used to be those little chocolate tablets.
Yeah.
She ate a whole box of that stuff.
That's you didn't cook X-Lax in a fucking hamburger. You were smart enough to okay, this is a medicine, we should just leave it alone, but I'll take the whole box. But no, this fucking idiot took Nike. This is just pissing me off, man. Are you fucking serious? People are just so fucking stupid. I swear to God.
Yeah. No, I mean, we've all done stupid shit, but yeah, don't try not to do stupid shit, people. To everybody listening, try not to do stupid shit. That's Blackout and Shout's word of advice for the day. Try not to do stupid shit.
Just be safe. That's all I'm asking.
Make good choices.
Make good judgment calls.
Yeah. So,
okay, you're gonna try to shoot a firecracker out of your ass. Fine, firecracker, no big deal. Don't shove a fucking M80 up your ass.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that. Definitely don't do that. Okay, so for my next story, this comes from Reuters. Double celebration. A two-headed tortoise, Janice, turns 25.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, so Janice is a tortoise with two heads. 2 functioning heads.
Do you have a picture of this tortoise
I
by
have
chance?
a video.
Oh, you have a video.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Even better.
Here's some pictures. Here's some. Let me see here. Yeah, here we go. Save image. There is a picture of hold on 1 second. Let me get to the proper chat. There we go. Yeah, here. God damn, fuck off. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, there you go. Janice, the 2-headed tortoise.
Why would you look at that little girl?
Actually, it's a boy.
Then why the fuck you naming it Janice?
Because Janice is some sort of Greek god or something. I think. Yeah, Janus. I'm sorry, Janus, a Greek tortoise named after the 2-headed Roman god of beginnings and transitions. That's what it is.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So he also has 2 hearts, 2 pairs of lungs, and 2 distinct personalities, and would not have survived long in the wild, as he cannot retract his heads into his shell to seek shelter from predators.
Really?
Yep.
So he's just stuck with his heads out there, huh?
Yep.
Oh, the fuck is this fucking character, Eastman and Laird?
Now he's a young adult mutant ninja turtle.
Yeah. He can now go rent a car.
He can drink.
Yeah, he can drink. He can smoke.
Yeah. So
one of the heads can smoke. The other one can choose not to. Look at that.
So, all right. So for my last story, this is some local breaking news. Just early this morning at 2 a.m. Oh, sorry. What was that there? A naked man in a white turban who had been fixing a car near a field led police on a chase in central Pennsylvania on Friday, September 23rd, police say. The Northern Lancaster County Regional Police were dispatched for a reported check on the welfare call when they were directed by the caller to the car nearby in a nearby field in Penn Township around 2 a.m. As the police approached the car, the police observed a nude male walking in the distance and gave chase. They described the man as white male, approximately 6 feet tall, with a white shirt cloth wrapped around his head, and the male was otherwise naked. The police and other nearby officers have been unable to locate this man. So apparently he got away.
How can you not find a fucking naked guy at 2 a.m?
I don't know.
Seriously.
The incident may be related to other investigations involving similar reports of nude male night walkers. Apparently, it's an epidemic. This is a repeating incident.
Offender.
Yeah. So, and this comes from the dailyvoice.com. So, yeah.
Where's this fucking trend on TikTok?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to see that, man. So.
No, but this is the kind of shit they should be doing. Not fucking drowning your fucking chicken in NyQuil.
So, all right. Let's move on to toy news.
Sure, because Rhea thinks so too.
Yeah.
Marked.
So, all right. Toy news. So apparently, I guess they have some photos of the Takara Masterpiece MPG-01 Shuki. I haven't been following up on this one because I don't really collect mainline Masterpiece anymore. But I don't know. I don't know if these are new photos, if this figure, this character's been seen already. But this is the blue white bullet train looking thing.
That one has already been released, I believe.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Yes, it's already been released. There are reviews up for it if you wish to purchase it.
Okay.
It is.
I just saw pictures of it up on Dame Chalk's wall, so I thought that might be something either coming out or close to coming out, but I guess it's already been released. So.
Well, they released that one, and then they're releasing like the rest of them, I guess, soon. I don't fucking know. Okay. I got the Moon Studios one.
Yeah.
And the Moon Studios ones, from what Mike has said, from what everybody in the chat has said, 1,000 times better than these fucking kibbly things. So
it's weird that Takara would choose Raiden as their first combiner for Masterpiece skill.
It also goes with, I think, an anniversary of some kind in China
or Japan.
Japan, sorry.
Yeah, like I remember some sort of like celebration or anniversary or something was coming up. They were doing this, but yeah, I don't know. I like these official ones. Don't I've seen like the I guess the mock-ups of the combined mode and stuff like that. It didn't look good to me.
Oh, it's straight garbage.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, you saw the great prototype I posted. I showed. I said, yeah. The silhouette that we got earlier looked awful. This, it still looks pretty bad. It's a kibbly mess, and it doesn't really look.
The proportions don't look good either.
Well, the proportions on the Moon Studio ones aren't that great either. The arms are a little too long. Like, it's cleaner on Moon Studios, where this is just look at the hips, man. You can clearly tell that those are the robot feet of the individual robots as his hip skirts. Like, come on, how like that's like terrible execution. I hate and another thing, like the current official masterpiece have been leaning very cartoon accurate. This looks nothing like the cartoon.
Yeah,
like this looks like I don't want to say stylized because that's expressions getting thrown around everywhere, but this just does not look G1, if you will. So that's just my 2 cents. Take it for what it is, but I don't know. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't too. That's the kicker. Like,
yeah, that's what I've been hearing. The general consensus is people are not. A lot of people aren't happy with it. I mean, you'll have your Hasbro diehards and purists and stuff. But the general consensus that I'm getting from a lot of people that I know, they're not digging it. They're saying the Moon Studios looks a lot better. So,
like the third picture of the train bot, like Sukin, it's the green and orange one.
Yeah.
I posted that in there. Look at that. Look how much crap is on that figure in robot mode and that back. Look at that.
Yeah.
That just doesn't look good. I mean, he looks very back heavy. He looks. I just can't. I can't with it. It's ugh.
Yeah, and then it's got these big freaking things on the sides of its feet. They're freaking huge.
Oh God, yes.
Like, I guess it's like the guns and just kibble folded up. Like with the Moon Studios one, it's just like little wings with the guns sticking up, and that's it. Like, I guess it's accurate to the character.
Very accurate.
But this is just a lot of fucking kibble and shit.
It should look like something that, like, on the Moon Studio ones, like they're handheld weapons that plug onto the side of the feet. These look like something you have to transform and configure to get into the right shape.
And it's so much bigger than what I've seen from the Moon Studios version and from the animation model too.
I hope those things make it stable, because the shoulders look like they go out way too far and it could be side heavy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate to keep bashing this thing, but I don't know, man. It's just not.
Yeah, the Moon Studios one definitely looks better. So,
and they really haven't announced anything new. Yeah, official masterpiece from Takara. This is the most recent thing we've gotten from them in how long?
Yeah, I hadn't heard any. Yeah, we hadn't heard anything about too much progress on this set. So. Speaking of
not just
lack
this set,
of,
but any of the other characters.
Yeah, but speaking of lack of news on a particular set, Kang Toys finally showed some prototype images of their Land Bull Mini.
It's about fucking time.
If people remember, Kang Toys, they're doing that Predaking-esque combiner set, but they're taking a lot of liberties with the design and actual number of characters. So even the combined mode feet are actual figures and that transform into wolves and shoes. But then they also some time ago they had announced that they're doing a mini legend scale version of this, and they actually announced and released the bird in the mini legend scale, right? But then we hadn't heard anything for how long, I think, right? And now finally,
like a year and a half.
Yeah, now finally they're showing off these prototype grayscale images of. And I'm not like, these are definitely a grayscale prototype. It's not like a render, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this definitely looks like
they
a
have it
grayscale prototype.
physically next to.
Yeah. So they have it actually, standing next to the full size land bull.
Which, goddamn, that thing is fucking tiny.
Yeah.
If that's the actual scale,
Yeah.
like it's gonna be the size of land bull's leg itself.
Yeah.
Which is, I figure, is fucking huge too. So,
like, you can actually have him ride land bull.
yes.
But
or you can have like a little, like, the daddy bull and the baby bull.
It looks cool. I mean, I'm not into legend scale stuff, but for those of you that are, this does look like a cool set, or at least these two figures anyway. They haven't actually shown any kind of information on the other figures, right? On the other characters.
I don't even think they showed.
So I think the only one they ever did show off was yeah. So I think the only one that they did show was the bird, and then he's since been released, and now they're finally showing off mini land bull here, or land mini is what they're calling them.
Yeah, and good for them, man. I mean, I know Brother Kyle picked up the dive bomb, mini dive bomb, and he thought it was great. Yeah, good figure. Like anybody that asks it says it's a good figure. So hopefully they keep the aesthetic going. And
yeah, but you know what? I mean, like what else are they doing other than this pseudo Predaking set? I mean, anything? Like, are they? Have we figured out if they're? Didn't like Jed say that they were like TFC toys rebranded or something like that?
Too loudly, because he'll just like, I was right. It's TFC.
I don't know.
But yeah, it is like an associate of TFC toys or something like that, or something along those lines.
Here's my thing. All right, TFC Toys hasn't been putting anything out lately, right? I think the most recent thing they did was a reissue of their that one combiner from Victory, Transformers Victory.
Oh no, they're doing Monster Bot, not Monster Bots, Terrorcons.
Okay.
The Abominus.
Yeah. Okay.
But they've got the 4 limbs, but they haven't even shown a render or a silhouette or anything of their hunger.
Yeah. All right. So they got that on the table, right? But like that's it. I mean, you haven't really heard too much out of TFC Toys lately, right?
It's not just them, man. It's a lot of fucking third-party companies you haven't heard a lot of.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is like Kang Toys or Chang Toys, however you pronounce it. They're making these figures and they're taking their sweet time bringing them out too, or at least the full size ones. Why is there this huge gap between this first Legend scale dive bomb character and now this mini land bull? Why is there that big? You got to strike while the iron's hot. Having such a huge gap like that really I wouldn't be surprised if people just like forgot about it. Because I know I did. I forgot all about this Legend scale freaking thing.
I don't think people forgot about it. I think it's always in the back of people's heads. But it's probably one of those things. The
hype for it dies.
I think they were just too focused on the MP scale version to focus on this, which I think is kind of like not good on King Toys' side, because it's like you got fans of Legend scale that want this. Yeah. Like, don't forget about them. Like, you have like 2, not companies, but 2 like departments. Like, you guys work on the MP scale, you guys work on the Legend scale. Yeah. Or they may not be big enough to have that yet. But also, these are the only 2 sets that they're coming out with.
Yeah.
They haven't announced anything else. At least not that I'm aware of. Maybe Ed knows. I don't know. He follows this company more than we do. So,
well, unfortunately, he's not here to confirm or deny.
Yeah, well, he's getting busy for RetroCon. Hidden Toys.
Oh, there's a imagination on display.
There's the first plug for Hidden Toys this whole show. That's all I got about this thing.
So, all right. So there's been some pictures of the HasLab Victory Saber. Remember that?
Yes. And I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass for not getting it.
I don't know, man. I was not impressed when I saw the HasLab posting and shit like that. I looked at that. I'm like, I'm not paying that much money for that thing. But if you did, more power to you.
You're getting what, 2 leader class figures?
I think so. I don't remember how much it was. It was like what? Was it like 2 something?
Oh, I don't know. I can look it up really quickly though.
I can't remember how much it was. I think Jed said that he did buy this. I think he's just going to flip it though. I don't think he's intended to keep it.
Oh, it's $180.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All the tiers have been unlocked.
Yeah.
All 3. Fully funded. I mean.
So speaking of HasLab.
Oh, we're getting into this now. Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of HasLab, a week ago, Hasbro Pulse launched their newest HasLab campaign for Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, and the Engine of Vengeance, because they legally can't use the word charger, I imagine. So it's a 1/12 scale Marvel Legends scaled car done in a style of a 69 Charger almost. There's some minor differences, though from the way people have been playing on the internet, the differences may not be so minor to them. And includes the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider figure.
That's the early bird.
No. I'm saying the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. The early bird reward is the actual human form Robbie Reyes, which, judging by the amount of backers they have now, we are not going to get that.
As of right now,
they have exactly
September 23rd, 2022 at 10:20 Central Standard Time. It is at 6,024.
Yeah, they have 40 minutes to get to 9,000. That's not going to happen.
Not even a little bit.
What's that?
Not even a little bit.
No.
No.
Unless a miracle happens and someone decides to buy 3,000 more of these things in the next 40 minutes, we are not getting the human form Robbie Reyes, which I'm perfectly fine with. Well, I don't know though. Now that I think about it, maybe I think the Robbie Reyes, especially for the price that they're charging for this thing, I think the Robbie Reyes should have been included, because you have 2 different forms for the car. The car itself has option parts to make it, the flaming Hell Charger or a normal car. But the only figure that's guaranteed with it right now is the Ghost Rider, right?
Yep.
So it doesn't make sense to have the Ghost Rider riding around in a car with no flame effects on it and that just be a normal car. So really, honestly, I think they should have included the human form Robbie Reyes by default. Because if you're gonna have option parts for the car, you should have options for the driver. They're charging $350 for this thing,
which is ridiculous. Well, not really ridiculous.
I think
Oh, go ahead. If you think of what is going into the initial figure, the car, the flame detail, the flame accessories, the Ghost Rider. So you're getting $25-$30 for the figure.
LEDs.
Also, LEDs.
The electronics.
No sound effects.
Yeah, no sound effects.
So
honestly, I don't care about the no sound effects. I wouldn't use them anyway. I think
who fucking does?
I think sound effects and shit like that, they sound cheap, and I never like that sort of thing. But regardless, continue.
You are getting your bang for your buck with this. Because granted, the undercarriage is not painted, but the interior is. You're also getting an LED, not just for the engine. Do the headlights light up too? I don't remember.
The grill lights up, the wheels light up, the engine lights up, the headrest lights up to light up Ghost Rider's flames on his head.
Exactly. Think of all the LEDs that are going into that thing.
Yeah, but I mean, that shit's still not that expensive. And don't get me wrong, I backed it, so I really can't complain.
Did you?
Yeah, I can't complain too much about the price. But I do think it's overpriced for what you're getting.
You're entitled to an opinion. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not going to call you a hypocrite.
No.
Other people may call you a hypocrite.
And I really don't care. I think it's overpriced, but it's, I think it's overpriced for what you're getting, but I'm still apparently willing to put out this kind of money for it. So
I was quite shocked that you actually backed it, because I thought you were out of the Marvel Legends game.
I am, but I love the Ghost Rider. So,
I Are you getting that retro carded one that's coming out?
No, I don't need it because I have like several Ghost Rider figures already. And all that is just a repaint. I don't need a repaint. If they were to give me the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, then yeah. So.
And who's to say like a Danny? Because the first tier is.
Wait. No, is that supposed to be that's not the? Yeah, no. That repaint that retro card one is not the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, is it?
So on the, if I remember the box art correctly or the packaging art correctly, it is actually Danny Ketch's bike on the front.
No,
it's not the cruiser.
Yeah.
It's the crotch rocket looking one.
Yeah. Okay. It's on there, but I don't see this as being Danny Ketch Ghost Rider because it's still the same mold as the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, and it's got the same sculpting design on the chest and everything. So yeah, this is definitely still the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider in black and gray. Whereas, the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, he had the leather biker jacket, with the shoulder pads and the shoulder spikes and the spikes on around the wrists and stuff. So yeah,
I'm trying to find like even the alternate head looks Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, no, this is definitely just a repaint of Johnny Blaze. So if they were to release a Danny Ketch Ghost Rider with the bike and stuff like that, I'll still buy that. When I say I'm out of Marvel Legends, I mean I'll still get select ones that I want. But I don't feel compelled to buy entire waves anymore to get Build-A-Figures and shit like that. And especially now that they're re-releasing those things as like deluxe sets or deluxe figures and shit. So
right, and who's also to say that the Robbie Reyes that's not going to get unlocked? They won't just throw it in as a tier at the last minute.
No, they said it says right on here. It says if the early bird or if it doesn't get backed by midnight tonight, it's not going to go into production.
So I just did a Google search of Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, and a lot of the pictures have him wearing gray pants.
Well, yeah, he's got the gray pants, but the jacket is completely different than what you see on the figure, on this retro carded figure.
Yeah, it's fucking misleading.
So I don't know if it's misleading because you can clearly still see, the jacket, and anybody that knows the Ghost Rider, because you look at the art too. The art is definitely Danny Ketch Ghost Rider because he's got the spikes on the shoulders, he's got the spikes around the wrists and stuff like that. But this is definitely, the figure itself is definitely not a Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. It's not him. And like you said, the flaming head, the transitioning head is that definitely looks like Johnny Blaze because Danny Ketch had dark hair. This figure definitely has, or this head definitely has blonde hair. So
kind of looks like Nicolas Cage from Ghost Rider. So you're back in the Engine of Vengeance. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, right. I think it's badass looking. I definitely want this thing. Plus, it's another 1/12 scale card to add to my collection.
It's a muscle card.
And it's a muscle card. I love muscle cards.
Yep.
So, and the fact that it's got flaming wheels that light up and a light up grill and engine, yeah, I'm all for it.
See, I would have thought that the flaming accessories would have been like a tier to unlock. Honestly.
Oh,
like
really?
You're getting the. Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't make much sense. Ghost Rider's all about the flaming, parts on his whatever his mode of transportation is. He wouldn't be much of a Ghost Rider if he's just driving around in a regular car.
No, I get that. It dawned on me after I initially thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, okay.
But I really can't think of the first tier is Mephisto.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the next one going to be?
Well, they said they said that the tiers are going to be figures that don't necessarily relate to Robbie Reyes, or not necessarily characters that appeared in the Robbie Reyes comics, but they'll be I guess they'll be related to Ghost Rider in some way.
Blackheart.
So the first one is Mephisto. I'd like to see a Blackheart.
Like a new updated Blackheart, because wasn't there an original Blackheart in the original Toy Biz days?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That figure probably goes for a whole fuck ton of money on the secondary market.
God, yes.
So
Yeah,
I
Vengeance.
I know Jed said he backed this. He actually got 2 of them, and he's going to flip one.
I thought he was going to flip both of them.
No, he's holding on to one. He said, and he's basically just going to use the other one to pay for both of them.
And Mike is getting one probably.
I don't remember if Mike said he's getting this or not. I don't think he's like I don't think he's too crazy about the car. I think he said like he likes his Ghost Rider to have a bike, but I could be wrong. I don't remember if he said he's backing this or not. So
I thought he was backing it just to flip it, but
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, they now have 30 minutes to get this up to 9,000 backers in order to get the early bird special for the human form Robbie Reyes, and I don't see that happening.
Not even a little bit. I don't even know if it's gonna hit the 9,000. Honestly.
Oh, it'll hit 9,000 within 38 days. There's 38.
Think so?
There's 38 days left. They're up to 6,000 now. So, and it's only been a week. So yeah, I definitely see them hitting 9. I see this thing getting back.
Yeah, but the his tank, man, that thing like broke records.
Well, yeah, but I mean that don't mean nothing.
I just don't know. Like a lot of people are like, I don't understand why a lot of people are hating on this.
It's the price. A lot of people don't think it's worth it, and you know what? They're justified in thinking that. However,
yeah.
it's all like I recently left the Marvel Legends group I'm in because that's all that people were doing was arguing back and forth of people saying that this is overpriced, other people saying no it's totally worth it, and they were just fucking yelling at each other essentially. It's arguing back and forth. I just got so sick because every post on this group was that, and I'm just like, fuck this, I'm out. I am so sick and tired of freaking hearing other people's opinions on shit.
Yeah.
So, because
to listen to our podcast where we talk about our opinions on shit,
right? Point taken.
Yes.
So that's the HasLab Ghost Rider. I definitely
of vengeance.
I definitely see it getting backed at the target number at least. As far as making stretch goals and everything, I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely see it reaching the minimum 9,000 at least within the next 38 days. So
okay, and we'll tell.
Yeah. So the last thing here is TFCon's coming up. One of the things people love about TFCon are the exclusives. So Chosen Prime has announced that they're partnering with Fans Hobby to do an exclusive TCP blue colored Power Baser, which is their Power Master Prime.
Yes.
And then they're also doing the God Bomber character also with the matching color scheme. So
this is not based on any character in continuity or not. This is just God Bomber, Power Master Prime, and TCP colors.
Yeah, well, yeah, like in blue and yellow colors. Mm-hmm. So and the God Bomber is like silver, blue, and red. Yeah. So.
Because I had a couple of friends that were asking about this. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dude, I have no idea who this character is. Yeah.
Because was it earlier this year or last year for one of the TF cons? They did they partnered up with Make Toys to do the blue Striker Manus figure. You remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't get exclusives, so I really don't pay attention all that much to them, honestly. Because I mean, it's no offense to people that do get them.
Mm-hmm.
Just to me, it's just I'm not waiting in line for hours for not a guaranteed figure. No.
Yeah. No, this is a exclusive one of the TF cons in the last year or so. So it's basically just a blue colored Striker Manus with a yellow window or yellow windows chest.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, black legs instead of blue. So, I mean, it's a great mold. It's a great figure. But yeah, so I guess they're continuing that coloring tradition with with this new Fans Hobby Power Baser. So it looks cool. So I'm not I'm not getting it obviously because I'm not going to TFCon. But I probably wouldn't get it anyway. So
I'm gonna miss you, buddy.
yeah, I know. Sorry, I can't make it this year, bud.
I know.
It looks like it comes with a lot of accessories. It comes with all sorts of guns and weapons, and it comes with numerous little minifigures here, little Power Master figures, and it looks like maybe like little Diaclone dudes or something.
Yeah,
So.
that's what they were. The one of the Chosen Prime post was talking about was like it's not just going to be a repaint. There's going to be other things
That you can only get with this set. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it comes with the big Ultra Magnus style missiles.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's cool. I'm sure Mike will probably want to get this.
Yeah, he probably will.
Yeah. So, but that's it for my toy news. I don't think we got any real questions in my listeners' questions post.
No.
Let me take a look. I don't remember anybody posting anything in there.
Oh, you want to really quickly what the fuck are they? The starting lineup figures.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
$50.
Oh yeah, that's how much. Jeez.
Oh, but you get an NFT with it.
Are you fucking serious?
And an NFT. Yes, I'm
people are
100% serious.
People are still, or companies are still trying to push these NFTs down people's throats when nobody asks for them.
Yes. So, let me see. Hold on. Starting lineup Series 1, starting with 6-inch action figures. The first wave has 8 players, including LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Trae Young. Let's see.
I have no idea who any of those people are.
Either do I.
I know who.
I'm sorry.
I know who LeBron James is.
We have friends that are into this stuff.
And Steph Curry. I know who that is.
Yeah.
Well, I should say I've heard of him. I don't even know what he looks like, to be honest. I don't pay attention to sports ball.
$49.99. Each come with various accessories.
That's crazy.
Full display stand, trading card, and digital NFT card. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency is gone, essentially.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's gone. It's definitely taken a downturn, but it'll come back.
It's taking a downturn.
It'll come back. It always does.
So I'm looking. I posted the link in the chat thing. It's the very first thing there.
Yep.
And I'm looking through the pictures through ToyArk, and the quote unquote various accessories are extra hands and a basketball, and that's it.
How posable are these figures? Because I remember the old starting lineups were not posable. They were like basically just statues with minimal articulation.
These are actually going to be posable figures. I'm looking at
and these pictures are just renders. They're not actual prototype figures. These are just renders.
Right. So these pictures, let me go to...
I mean, it looks like they got, standard articulation.
The one basketball player out of this lineup that I know, the LeBron James ones, actually looks like an actual figure. It looks like he's got ankle rockers. Looks like you get some movement around the ankles, double bend knees, double bend elbows, bicep swivel. Like hands can go up and down. Looks like there's going to be 2 neck joints, one at the base of the shoulders and one underneath the head. Looks like the waist is going to have some articulation, the hip articulation. So they're going to be somewhat posable.
Yeah. It looks like standard like Marvel Legends level articulation, which is definitely more than the old starting lineup figures. But damn, $50, that's a lot.
It is like, I understand like the price jump in Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, all those figures. Like, I understand the price jump.
Yeah.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I do not see a lot of people, but actually, I take that back. I do see a lot of hardcore sports fans buying these.
Yeah, you know what though? I think
casual collectors, no.
I think that price probably has something to do with licensing for likeness rights and such, and use of the NBA logos and shit. So I could see probably that's where the price is coming from. Because I can imagine that the cost to license that shit is probably the cost is probably just astronomical.
Now it's all about the NFT.
Yeah, well that too. Which that NFT is going to be absolutely fucking worthless.
Oh yeah,
every one of them.
You're not gonna be able to get rid of those things away for free. 'Cause nobody fucking wants it.
No. They probably made the decision to include NFTs like 2 years ago while they were developing this shit. When NFTs were, or a year ago when NFTs were what everyone was talking about in the crypto market. But now that the freaking market seems to have collapsed and whatnot, nobody wants NFTs no more, and now they're stuck holding the bag on this because it's already in development and shit.
I mean, you can easily take out an NFT. Just take out the fucking code.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know how all that shit works, but I don't know how toy development works. So,
one thing that I just noticed that has dawned on me that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, repaint value.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can put the rest of the team on there, but you're gonna have to do a different number, different last name on the back of the jersey, skin color, head sculpt, and all that stuff. Which I get, but are they gonna do eventually? Like
the main body, you'll probably be able to reuse that.
Yeah. But do you think like halfway down the line they'll be like, oh, here's college days Michael Jordan in his North Carolina colors, and here's Dennis Rodman with different colored hair.
If they think they can make money off of it, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. So. This just boggles my mind.
Yeah. So
that's all I got.
All right. Well, we have no listener questions.
Oh.
So.
Oh. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, we both went into this thinking like we're only going to be able to talk for like an hour and a half, but we actually talked for like 2.5 hours.
Or more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we started at 9 o'clock or around there. So about two and a half hours or so. But yeah.
Nice.
So we were able to give you a full show after all, folks. So we thought it was going to be a short episode, but But all right, well, I guess unless you got anything else.
Like always, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for doing it at short notice.
Not a problem,
So,
man. Anybody going to RetroCon have fun?
Yeah, it would have been a pretty boring show, just me by myself.
No. People do it all the time.
Yeah, so.
Just do your little NPR voice, Levy.
I don't think so, Jed.
What's my name?
Sorry, I just get used to saying that. I don't think so. I don't think so, Josh.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, if you got nothing else, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
So, enough's enough. We're out.
Dun, 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 dun.